Well, here we go again. I left the character over there before, but I brought him over here because I handed in 2 quests. I was going to take him back, but then I thought no, because when I picked one up, we can get them all the way up here, look, and then there was one to do there. So I thought might as well just start here. Right, what spec are we here? Right, we'll carry on with this one, because I said that last time, didn't I? That we'd more than likely stay as Affliction for a bit. Went to MMA this morning. I had to be there for 8:30, so I got up about 6:20. Came down, had like breakfast, just some oats, had my tablets. I logged on my little warrior that I've got on this realm for a bit, and then had to set off. Nightmare driving there though. Traffic's awful on the morning. I didn't think it'd be too bad at like 7:30, but as it gets to that point, even when you're on the motorway, it's just going at 10 miles an hour, just trying to get into Middlesbrough. I don't like driving at the best of times, never mind when it's like that. Oh, nice, we need some of those. Right, go and get him. We've got everything on. Yeah, it's because of Soul Link. All the little buffs that we have when we're demo, that's why I keep looking up there, looking confused. Because when we're that spec, we have a lot more things. See, I've added spell overlay activations or something, so now I won't miss those. So much better with that. I've mainly got it for the warrior and the rogue, because I was missing overpower when that was proccing, and obviously that's vital to be using that, and the rogue's riposte, but beneficial for this as well. I'm done with the Lord of the Rings video, which I got done yesterday, so now it's a case of thinking of a new script. This is the hard part. Well, each different part of it's hard if I'm honest, but trying to get the script perfect for what I want, or even what on earth I'm doing. Never mind perfecting it, just getting the idea. And one that has come to me is, what WoW characters do we care about anymore? And I was thinking, because if you look at retail now, who have you got? You've got Illidan, who's been missing. Obviously, he's been looking after Sargeras since Legion. We've got Sylvanas, who's only just coming back into it, and she doesn't appear like she's going to be the same character. You've got Khadgar, who personally I don't think many care about. You've got Thrall, who's no longer the person he once was. You've got Anduin, who I think, I was going to put this in the script as well, I think Blizzard tried to make him go down the Arthas route, but a saved version, how he did evil things when the jailer sort of manipulated / corrupted him, but then we got him back to the good side, but no one cares about him. So like that, I think that sort of experiment failed. Well, I say we don't, some people do. Someone commented on my last video about Anduin. I mentioned how he should have died and not his, like, King Varian should have survived, not his crybaby son, is how I'd phrased it. And he sort of stuck up for him, so some people care. So who else have we got left in it? You've got Ilaria. Now on the face of it, Ilaria should work if you read her lore and the sort of character she is. But I just don't think she's come across to the player base in that way that people are that bothered. So we've got to think, who else have we got? I don't even know the name of that black woman with the one arm. So that says a lot. You've got the person who's in charge of the Forsaken. I can't remember her first name. Something Menethil, Arthur's sister. It's just Terralion, Aratar. You're struggling. You're struggling to find characters, and even the ones that we can name, they're not ones that people are asked about, in my opinion. And then you look back at like the previous people that we had: Garrosh, Grom, Thrall when he actually mattered, Arthas, Illidan. You could even use people like Nazul, Gul'dan, Vol'jin. I know this one's before, so you technically maybe couldn't count it, but like Anduin, Lothar, great history. And it just doesn't feel like we've got them anymore. It feels like the old guard's gone and all the characters we cared about are from the past. And the new ones that are being added that just no one's asked. So I was thinking about doing a script for that. But as you can tell, I'm at the very, very start of what I'm thinking about. So I'll have to think it through. There's characters like Rathian as well. I don't know what happened to him. Remember when we had to pick between Rathian and the other one? He was quite an interesting character. I don't know how well he went down. I think some people did like him. Like Velen. I don't even know how they could go about getting people to care about characters either. I mean, one idea I thought was if you had like time walking, so then you could sort of understand the characters past a bit more if you've been them and gone through the storyline of what they've done in the past. Maybe would help. But I don't know. I mean, that's a job for Blizzard, isn't it? Not a job for me. I just have to point it out. So that was an idea for one video anyway. And then I had that one I mentioned on the last one of, does the lore matter? And I was going to say yes, and then go into as to why. Mentioning obviously like the raids and the zones and everything shaped around the lore. So whether you are interested in it or not, it still matters. So I'll see which one the ideas come most naturally for and flows. Ooh, that was nice. Still got that one there, look. Serpent Lakes. One bar off. When I was on the warrior yesterday, the little human warrior that I've got, it's so hard to level to start with. I was struggling one-on-one per mob. So I carried on for a little bit, got a few bits of gear. And then I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll go to Ironforge. Went to Ironforge, got like decked him out in like brand new gear, like loads of different bits and bobs. So much better. Like night and day. So I could kill something, charge to the next, kill him, go on to the next one. I'd struggle, say, if there's a couple at once. Like 2 would be good, but any more than that, no chance. But it's fun when it flows and you're actually getting rage. Because you get some fights where it just feels that you're destroying them, and other fights you're thinking, come on. One of the reasons I started playing that a little bit more, because I wasn't too sure. I just wanted, when I originally was playing it, I thought I just wanted to get out of Zangarmarsh and go to something else, because I'm on this, I'm a rogue, and then on this one. So I fancy going back there, a different vibe. And then I looked at the spellbook and then I saw Victory Rush. I thought, oh, nice one. That's one of my favourite moves, that. I love it. It just flows so nicely when you kill something. And then on to the next one. Get a bit of your health back. So, I'll see how it goes with that. The Wildy Alliance video is doing alright as well. I think we're just under 2k, so we should hit 2k today. And hopefully that one goes through the roof. It's not going to reach the solo WoW one, but it's going to be better than all the other ones, so it's still a win, massive win. But what's really good but also weird is the impression rate has actually gone up. Normally that goes down. Now, what that is if my video is on your feed, that's counted as one impression. And the percentage of how many people have watched it when it's been on their homepage has actually gone up, whereas that tends to actually go down. So that's a very, very good sign. So let's hopefully get some pushed up there. What's he doing? Put that on him. He's going to get attacked by that other one behind him. Where is it? There she is. Oh, maybe not. He would in a second, though. Oh no, it just spawned right next to me. Normally it sort of comes from the side, doesn't it? We've got that one to do. Oh, it's a nightmare, that one, isn't it? Did that yesterday. Nope, that one. We'll still have, I would imagine though. Oh, what's that? Stamina, intellect, healing. That's not bad, really. The only problem now I've noticed, because so many people play the game, so it's sort of like take with one hand, give with the other. Everything is on the auction house is cheap, so you can get loads of good gear because of how many people are playing. Because like the more drops, the more there is on there. But at the same time, when you go to sell something, you can't sell it for much because everyone else is selling it. So it's difficult. The Friend Zone is a guild that aims to invite others you met along your journey and had a good experience. Come join us and adventure together. I don't know whether to join a guild or not. Sometimes it's nice just to sort of see the chat there. Gives you something else to think about. Tried to go for a nap again today and I still couldn't. I know you're thinking, Shep, it's only 1:20, but I don't seem to be sleeping much on a night. Like, even if I go to bed late. Maybe I just don't require as much sleep as I once did. Don't know. We're actually going to see these things. Don't want those ones. Why is there so many? Look. Go away. There's absolutely loads of them. That's not good. These best have not much health. I didn't have this problem on my rogue. It's not too bad, but that could quickly get out of control. What sort of loot did they drop? Where are these big ones? I literally came out of here because I swam in, got that, came out and there was loads of them. I didn't see all of these. There it is, look. Right. Swim down. I don't even know why I did that. I could look for that potion. I've got the spell for that. But it doesn't really matter either way, does it? But there we go. It's so nice coming on here when you've been on melee characters. My go-to is melee characters, of course. But just the fact that we can take on more and we're never going to struggle unless we go like over the top. But we've not died yet, have we? Oh, that was something I was going to do. I was going to start again. I was going to check if we could get the Soul of Iron buff. But it's a boosted character, so I wasn't sure whether it'd allow us or not. I wouldn't actually mind doing that. Not because I want to do the hardcore challenge, but just because I want to do some of the early zones. I sort of miss it. I love being in the early ones. The hell? But with Midnight coming out so soon, I don't really want to be split between 3 characters. I don't want to do this one, Midnight, and the hardcore. So what we could do, we could get this to 70, like this and Midnight, go between. And then once this one gets to 70, we go between Midnight and a hardcore one. That could be interesting. Wonder what class we should play though. Paladin? Or is that cheating? There you go, kid. Oh, she was a Warlock anyway. She mustn't have realised because she didn't have that on. Like that buff there, look, unending breath. I've just put it on her. Hey up. Randy lad. Oh, I've done it on her. Yeah, I didn't even need to swim that far. Right, remember. Soul of Iron buff. My pet following. Where's he gone? We'll get a little health stone. I suppose I've got 18 shards, so I might as well just get a soul one as well. Oh, another what law one I could do. I didn't mention this yesterday, I don't think. Is the the 10 law things that I could point out, like, which people may not know. I was reading the Sylvanas book again yesterday, and it mentioned about Arthur's going to Icecrown and he becomes entombed with Nazul, with the Lich King, and obviously he then becomes morphs into one. And I thought, entombed? I thought, well, how long is he entombed for? 5 to 6 years he's entombed for, and then he has that internal struggle with Nazul. But then it's like, I think there was a quest which you do, and there's also like a little boy as well, which is meant to be like Arthur's conscious, and then like, because he kills both, like in his mind, like Nazul and the little boy, because the boy was named something. So I was like, what the hell, who's that? So I googled it, and it's an anagram of his name, sort of like Lord Voldemort and Tom Riddle, well, Tom Marvolo Riddle. So I thought that would be an interesting one. So we've got 2 so far. We've got Sylvanas dying at the top of Icecrown Citadel. We've got Arthur that was entombed for between 5 to 6 years. So now we need 8 more. Because I'll do a video of 10 probably. But that's how I like to come across them, like that. Where I'm not actually going searching for them. They find me. Because I did think about the Sargeras and mentioning about what his actual plan is. About the reason that he's trying to destroy the worlds is to stop the void from taking over. Because better the world ends and then can restart again than it be completely corrupted by the void and that's it. Like, there's no coming back from that. So that, I suppose that could actually still be worth one. So then we've got 7 then. We'll see if any more come into our heads. I thought, obviously this channel's tiny and so like not many people watch this, but I thought, imagine if someone just watched all the stuff that I say and then just thought, that's a good idea, and then just turned it into a script before I get the chance to do it. Because I obviously mention all my ideas and then act on them, some after, some while I'm talking about it, and just did it before me. It'd serve me right, I suppose. But I like to go through the process of it all. Never know, someone watching might have some tips. Someone did mention on my last video that I sounded, it's like, oh, this script sounds a bit like ChatGPT, or some of it sounds like that way. And I was just like, sort of took it as a compliment in a way, but it also wasn't meant to be. That it obviously sounds fluid or whatever. I just said, like, I was like, oh yeah, like, I try and put like my own personality and humour into it, but at times, like, I understand it can feel, I do go back into that scripty sort of mode, but I'll try and work on it. And he responded well to that, actually. He was just like, oh yeah, I think you structured it well. Just something like, yeah, I know you'll get there. It's better than anything I could do. So it was quite a good back and forth, to be fair, compared to some. Like that one comment that I mentioned I deleted. But that guy was just pretty much just personally insulting me. Not actually anything constructive about the video. Part of me thought I maybe should have left it and then just responded how I would. So then people would sort of see that guy's a dick and then see what sort of person I am from the response that I gave. If I gave like a normal one back, and they'd see what sort of like guy I am, not to be insulted or bothered by a random person. But I just didn't give the person any attention. Sometimes that's the best way, isn't it? Right, let's see what questions we've got. Would you rather have chemistry with occasional classes or calm with less fireworks? Depends what the clashes were. Like, you should never 100% agree with somebody, because you've lived different lives, so your opinions on things are based on your experience, and no two people have the same experience. So I would go with that. Would you rather live by honour, even when it costs you, or by results, even when it stains you? Honour. You can't just go by results. Because the means don't necessarily meet the ends, or whatever that saying is. The means don't always justify... Is it the ends don't justify the means, and means don't justify the ends? You know what I mean. Alright, top that back up. Put that soul stone on. Would you rather be the person that... We've done that. Would you rather face pain now and grow, or avoid pain and stay the same? Obviously face pain and grow. Thing is, most people live their life by the opposite, don't they? I was watching a video yesterday. I didn't even realise at first, but it's the woman. The woman is married to Ali Abdaal, who does like a lot of personal development content, and like she does the same. And I was like watching it, I was like, oh, I quite like her voice and how she says things. And then she mentioned that her husband saw him, and I thought, bloody hell, that's going to be some productive relationship with those two in it. I think, and I'm sure it was her that mentioned about when people say they don't have time to do things, like say like start a book, and it's almost like they're getting what they want by not starting it, because you can never say you failed. Like you've got this idea, and if only you could have done it, you could have been successful. But if you've never tried, you've never failed. So it's always I could have done, sort of thing. And I thought that was an interesting concept or idea on it. And I was thought about it, I thought you do hear a lot of people say that they're too tired from work, and like I have obviously mentioned that loads of times on here about being too shattered from work to do this or do a script. And I would argue for some elements that is true. Like you can tell the difference between me now, like speaking as I am this afternoon, and when I've done it straight from work, where I'm speaking a lot less, I'm not as enthusiastic. So I think she's right in some aspects, but depends on what it is you're doing. Like say I could always sit down and think of a script. Granted, when I'm fresh like this, the ideas come more naturally, but at least just sitting down and doing like something, like some work, create a thumbnail, respond to comments. There's always something you can be doing to move the needle, but then some people just never even attempt it. And then they'll argue, I could have been this, whatever. At least if you're trying. There's a book that what's he doing? Nutter. The Courage to be Disliked. I'm going to read. That sounds an interesting one. From the psychologist Adler. That's the book's not from them, but the psychology of it is from him. Because there was like three famous ones. Was it Jung, Adler, and who's the other one that everyone knows? Jung and... can't remember. The other one's more well known. And they have different... like the other two, Jung and the other one, go on about trauma shaping your past. And this Adler one, it's more about what you want to achieve shapes you more than your past does. So it's sounds like an interesting one to read. Like your goals are more going to govern and shape you than your past is. Sort of, how did they sort of phrase it? Almost like the people who are held back by the past, it's almost like they're using it as an excuse. Like, oh, I couldn't have done this because I had a bad childhood, and they're holding too much onto it. But I think there's elements of both in that. I think sometimes that can be true, but also neurologically, you are shaped by the things that you do and the habits that you've formed. So your thinking is judged by that. So it's hard to get out of those habits. So I think it's elements of both. But obviously you've got to understand how your brain works and things like that to be able to get out of those habits and realise that that's almost like going through a jungle with a path that's fully formed of your habits, and then to create a new one It's like going through a jungle that hasn't got a path yet. You've got to keep treading on it, on the weed and everything, to form that path. And then you can eventually go down that route instead of the old one. And like, when you say you want to start something new and your brain has that feeling where you don't want to, it's just because when you've never done something before, your brain doesn't know if it's going to be safe or not. So you have that weird urge sometimes where you don't want to do it, but you don't even know why you don't want to do it. And it's just your brain saying, we've never done this before. What we've done in life so far has kept us safe. We're still alive. Why change things? So that's why sometimes you don't want to do something. You don't even know why it is you don't want to do it. You can't even explain. It's just, you don't. And you've almost got to work against that. Not that I'm a great example of that, if I'm honest. Especially now that when you get an adult and so you don't live with your parents, and if you don't have like a lass or too many close friends or anything, you just do what you want. Which is good and bad. It's good if the things you do bring you fulfillment and are productive. But say you were just sat at home watching films doing nothing, then obviously it's not good. Because people around you in your life can maybe steer you towards something you may not think you like, but you do. And get you out of your comfort zone at times. Right. Oh, I've got another add-on, look. What should we look at? I don't know why it doesn't show you on that one there, but it will on, if I got a fully formed one. See that look where it says under Kasplat, it shows you the cooking icon. So that will show me certain items and what they're used for. So that strange spores, I know it's used for cooking. Ruin cloth used for all of those. Obviously that's just a random item. So like, yeah, wool cloth, leatherworking, tailoring, and then apparently it's used for a quest as well. So that's going to be handy. I mentioned on the previous one how I used to have one that told me everything. I couldn't find that exact one, but I managed to get that. Which does the same job, doesn't it? Just an icon instead. So it probably is cleaner, to be fair. Don't know whether my boss will ring me at some point for my back to work phone call. Because I am back to work tomorrow. So that means, sadly, the video making will slow down. Alright, what are we going? We've got everything in there, I think, by the looks of it, that I would want. And that one, I'm not that bothered by that. Reduce the target's movement speed. I mean, it'll be good later when I'm doing PvP. But at the moment, whereas right now, what would we want? Increase the effectiveness of your Voidwalker's Torment. See, that's decent. That's good. But is there a point where I really need to get it that fast? Increase the stamina of your Imp, Void, with Succubus, 5%, that's good. Increase the effect of your Demon and Fell Armor. See, I quite like the sound of that as well. Might go with that, but I don't know whether that's the right choice. Probably isn't. Increase the stamina and your maximum health. I think Tom would do those two. I'll go for that, because that gets me and him. If it's wrong, isn't it? We'll go across to there. I might see if anyone's keen for that. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scream on the dance floor if you want more. Alright. Which one was it? That one. That's round the side, isn't it? He's in a little cave. Overlord Gorefist. Anyone keen for this? Right. I feel like I'm missing something there. There's one where you pick up boxes or something, isn't there? From this one. I haven't done this in years. but I'm sure there is. When was the last time I've done this? Not in retail. I've done some of these zones, but I haven't been here. It might actually have been in TBC. The last version, not the original one. I was thinking then of Lord of the Rings, you know, when they go across that path and Gandalf stops the Balrog. I'll try and invite her. Yo. Bloody hell. Surprised she actually accepted then. Right, I've got an idea. It's not going to work then. Don't need that. I know. As soon as he spawns, we'll do the old death coil. I wonder how long he's been dead for. I think he's going to spawn any minute because I can't see his body. Ah, nice. He still needs a few as well. Is he a warrior? Yeah. 67, so he's going to plough through these. Kez worry. That was a hard made, wasn't it? Yeah. One video I'd like to do, but I just can't think of the footage I'd use for it, is the why the undead should be a third faction. But I cannot think of what footage to use. Because it wouldn't really... I suppose I could like, use just random undead stuff, but it wouldn't flow as well as I would like. Come on. Oh, he's just going to earth shock, isn't he? We need to be straight on the money here. I know this is tiring to watch, just watching me do that. Right, we'll find some questions. Would you rather be the one who changes or the one who stays true no matter what? The one who changes, I think, because that's almost saying the one who stays the same, but phrased in a way that sounds better. The one who stays true no matter what makes it sound almost more honourable. Would you rather always know the best choice or always feel at peace with your choice? Always know the best choice. We've done this one before. Would you rather have life with no boredom or no exhaustion? No exhaustion. The boredom can be good. It's your body's way of saying, come on, let's get something done. Well, unless you're one who just doom scrolls all the time, so you sort of fucks your dopamine levels up. Yes! Good old death coil. So rapid. MU. Lol. Do you reckon that was meant to be like fuck you or something? Invite any ally. We see. Right. Follow. He's not gonna, is he? Hopefully he does. I mean, we don't... Now we've got that one, we don't necessarily need a group. Because I think it's only... Is it 10, just 10 maulers? Do we need any of the other ones? I think you do later. It would make sense. Don't Need him, because like, obviously that hunter's just killed that, so why? If you don't need them. I'm sure you come back here. I reckon we come back here because we need the soul eaters and then that item that I mentioned. I can't remember what it was. Some box of something. Soul eater. Tell you what, we'll kill that just while we're waiting for stuff to spawn. Because if that warrior's over there somewhere. Ah, there's one. I think we might be too far away from each other. I don't think we're getting each other's kills here. Ah, he's disbanded. Ah, then. Three more. Easy mode. What can we get? Siphon life. That'll be something that I'll do when I've stopped recording. So I'll take him to Ironforge and get gear, moves, and I'll try that Soul of Iron thing. See if we can. Don't think we've got too much left here, have we, to do? So we'll be in Terracar Forest not too long. So that'll be nice. Ideally, I'd have like characters in different zones. So each time I log one, it's a different class, different zone would be nice. But can't really do that as such. I could just move one of them onto Terracar Forest now. But then I'd have to bounce back, so I might as well just stay. Oh. He redirected it anyway. He needs healing. He can have a little bang. One last toodaloo. Check what that is while I'm healing. Bet it's WhatsApp. Nope, Instagram. I linked a message from Rupert Law, who's started a new party in Britain called Restore. It's what a lot of people want Reform to be. Right. It sounds... If I was going to vote, Restore's the party that I would vote for, from what I've seen. It seems to align with my views. Whoosh! Huh. Resisted it. Sneaky little devil. They've spawned in not a bad rate here, so we'll just stay here. Which gold we got? 681. We were at 700 odd, weren't we? But I spent a bit on the warrior. Not too much. I only sent him like 130 gold from the Warlock, like my other one. The one's like 40 odd. Don't know whether that'll ever get leveled now. Probably not. One thing that's good to see though, I'll show you. After we've killed this. I checked it when I was on my way to SFK. Level 1, 50. Level 4, 50. Level 14, 50. Level 29, 50. Level 36. No, sorry. Obviously, this is a minimum as well. 44. So, the world's still massively busy. Not even the low ones. I thought the boost might have killed it off. Like people going out and about leveling, but it appear not. So that's lovely to see. Thing is, when you've only got 2 servers, I guess there's a good chance of keeping it alive. Because there's gonna, God knows how many thousands of players playing now. I'll use Curse of Tongues just so that he doesn't attack him as much. So I'll put an Immolate instead of the Agony, as he's lost 1 dot. .com. Right, let's have a quick top up and then go around there. That's nice, last one. Where's my hearth set? Sonarian Refuge. I did want it to be set there, to be fair, but that's actually for the best, maybe. Then you've got 1 to hand in, 2. And still got those. Right. Full hearth. Get rid of all this stuff. I need to change that, don't I? Right, go on to... Which one is it? Matrix Plus. Extras. I've already got the show bag slots. Automation. Sell junk automatically. Here we go. Oh no, I need handing quests. That'll do for now. I don't know whether there's anything else I need. Then again, I suppose if I knew there was anything else I'd need, I'd be looking for it, wouldn't I? Not too much rested left. Stamina, intellect, spell, damage. That must be better than one of them. Intellect, better than that first one, isn't it? But what else have we got? Ah, that's got 21. Right, we'll go with that one.
May the stars guide you.
So that one instead of this one, I think. That one says it's better than 15. Same. That one does spell crit. That one does restore mana per 5. Yeah, I like what I've got, I think. Could be wrong, but I don't think the difference would be that great, even if it was. So now we've got these to do. Why is that showing that trail? It's random. We'll do those as we're heading to the... There, maybe. Right. Maybe I got a little world, haven't I? Mark, if I've got lower. No, sometimes it feels like I have. Right, 4 out of 4 for that. So is it just the big ones, isn't it? At least they're easy to find. Milky Bomb. What the hell? I'll need to find a thumbnail as well. Cenarian Expedition. What are we with that? Friendly. I don't think you can get anything until you're honoured. Let's have a look. Factions. Friendly. Nothing of interest there, is there, for us? That might be good if you're a hunter. It might be your best arrows, I don't know. Honoured. That'd be naughty, that. Ooh, won't mind that my rogue. That to level with. I might have to have a look on him after. Can't use maces. Who would use that? A tank? Because a druid would be using one that does that increase your attack power when you're in a certain form. Permanent touch, nature damage. So nothing for me then, basically. What about the one on a hold? Friendly. Again, nothing. Honoured. That's not on a hold, is it? Yeah, it is. I'm not honoured with them. Suppose I've not been doing any dungeons, have I? So just checking how long I've been. 45 minutes. Come on, drop it. Sound like I was chatting to a dog. Right. I don't know why it wouldn't let me mount them, but it's because I'm in that water. If I was a torrent, I wouldn't have even been swimming then. I'd have just been able to just walk as normal. I've had a torrent for ages. Don't even know what. Oh, I'd be my druid on here. Things you almost forget because you're never in that form. Bang. 3 or 4, lovely. So one sneaky more. Oh, come on, Shep. What are you doing? I'm messing about. Another good reason to get that warrior up is also so I can go back to the old dungeons for cloth for this character and random greens and stuff to disenchant, as it doesn't look like this is going to be the most convenient class to do it. And if I'm honest, I just prefer doing it on a melee. I don't know why. When you're crunching through loads of things. I'm going to have to go for a walk or something. It's only like 6 minutes to 2. Normally I'm going to the gym at this time. No, I'm not. That's a lie. I'm normally going about 4 o'clock. But, you know what I mean, in the afternoon. Because I worked out so early today. We didn't get to work out for that long. Because he had a class at 9:30. Like, normally, one-to-ones are meant to be an hour, but we always go over. Because like, we'll do a round, sort of chat for a bit about like my projects, his projects, philosophy on different things. And then do another round, chat a bit. Always ends up like that. Because I don't think he has many people who he can chat to who are like, have those conversations, and I don't either. I have them on here to nobody, or if anyone's listening. But other than that, I don't really get to sort of go through those thoughts. Right, so we can fly to there. And then we've got these to do. Messenger to the... I think that'll take us over there, I'd imagine. I think that's who they are. The Feral Fen. There we go. And then that one, that's done. It says it doesn't have a follow-up. I could have sworn you had one to pick up items. That might be it. That might... I reckon that's it.
The Naru have not forgotten us. Favor the road traveled by few.
I'm sure that said we didn't have a follow-up. Right, stamina less, intellect 1 more, spirit, and then increased stats. I think that might be better. Well, it's 8 less of that. 1 more, arguably not, because that's got more stamina and we need that. Spirit sort of doesn't really matter. But I'll be looking on the auction house anyway. For bits and bobs. Very soon. You are here. We'll go there then, won't we? Would you rather date someone who pushes you or someone who grounds you? Pushes me. I wouldn't really say I'm the sort of person who needs grounding. I don't think I'm arrogant or big-headed in any way. Some people might think that, or I might come across that way, but internally that's not how I feel. Would you rather be loved for your mind or your presence? Both is a massive compliment. Maybe my mind. Would you rather be able to redo one conversation per week or one decision per month? One decision per month. That could both be very, very handy. But what the one decision? What have we got here then? Oh, nice, a trinket as well. Increase damage and healing done by 26. Increase... Ooh, that's loads better. We'll get rid of that stupid little health one that doesn't heal for anything. Where is she? Where did that go? There you are. You barely get trinkets. That's lovely. Right. Put you there. Increase damage and healing done by magical spells effects by up to 104 as well. For 20 seconds. It's a decent amount of time, that. Right. I'm going to leave this here. And then I'm going to fly to Ironforge. And then tomorrow, if we come on, it'll depend on obviously how tired I am. We'll do these. And that might finish this zone off. I'm not 100% sure, but it doesn't look like we've got too many here. To be fair, that actually does on that little list there. That one's in Zangarmarsh, Terracar Forest. So we'll finish this hopefully off, and then we can move on to Terracar Forest, because it'd be quite nice to be in a different zone. Get all those gobbled up, wouldn't it? Like a dirty little quest whore. Right. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I shall hopefully get to some form of script writing as soon as I've done this. Fingers crossed.